You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with John, Alex, and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a product of Sack of Sin Entertainment. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all other podcast locations. Or check us out at sackofsin.com or heypalwhatsnew.com. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. John, Alex, and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like
The Multiverse Fancast.
You have been warned.
I could really use a roast beef sandwich.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey everybody, it's Hey Pal, What's New? God damn it! I'm Greg, and that's John Alex over there, and it's another steamy Sunday at the CCC. Hey, did anything happen this week? I don't know. No, I think it's going to be pretty quiet. I mean, not much happened this weekend.
I got a pimple on my ear, and I popped it, and it was like all bloody all over the side of my head. It was really weird. I wish I had recorded it, you know?
Yeah.
Done one of those pimple poppers, just blood on my face, but I stood strong, man. I stood strong.
Yeah, it was one of those things. Like you said, we don't like to get political in here, but, I mean, you got to address the fucking wig in the room. I mean, Jesus Christ. Wow.
I didn't get it because people were, like, posting on, like, Facebook and shit and all that. The clip of him dead in the coffin on The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
And the date was 2024, and they're like, Simpsons calls it again.
The Simpsons always calls it.
I was like, what are they talking? Why is everybody talking about?
Yeah, that was pretty wild,
man. And then Tolly texted me. He goes, yo, somebody took a shot at Trump. We were out to dinner for my birthday.
Oh,
we were sitting there. I was like, oh, shit. And Kate's like, what? And I was like, somebody shot Trump. Tried to at a rally. And she's like...
And that was the problem, is that people said, "Oh, Trump got shot," but they didn't say like
Boo got shot.
It was more like but it was like, it was like, could you be more specific? Yeah. It's like, oh, they grazed his ear, which, I mean, dude, I don't care. Like I said, we don't like to get political on here, but it's like, I don't care what side you're on. That's fucked up. Fucked up. And I will say, I don't care what side you're on. Full disclosure, man, that was pretty badass what he did. Trump got up, and he's like, fuck. I was like, that's pretty badass. He's like, you can't stop me. But, dude, we're doomed.
People are selling the Trump bulletproof shirts now.
Oh, of course. Those shirts. Dude, the shirts were out like an hour after it happened.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's ordering them. Not me.
No. I mean, it's definitely a hot topic.
Oh, boy, is it.
And not just a moody goth girl in a mall. It's a real hot topic.
I can't wait to see what Jon Stewart has to say about it. I always love his take on this kind of shit.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we love you there, big fella, but dudes, take a fucking Xanax or something.
Totally gonna get a. Can I help you?
Oh my God!
Secret Service, please open up.
Oh my God! Yeah, you got to be careful what you say out there. Stuff like you could say that all you want, but
fucking diapers. Pineapple.
There's a time to say
Pineapple.
And there's a time to say
Bloody damn it.
That's right.
But anyway,
and then there's a time for
oh shit. Come on now. But
sounds just like you.
It really does. It's like looking in the mirror. It's crazy. But yeah. I know. We're just getting it out of our system right now.
How will you explain that?
I mean, that's what the Secret Service was saying. I don't understand, but I'm glad he's okay. As much as people think, nobody wants to see heads blown off.
No.
Have you seen that Municipal Waste shirt? That's been out way before this happened.
No.
There's a thrash band, pretty damn good thrash band called Municipal Waste.
You can do it.
And their T-shirt has their logo, and it's got a picture of Trump with a gun to his head, with his, the other side getting blown off. And that's the one that Tolly put up there.
Oh.
Yeah, Municipal Waste. They're a good band. They're a good thrash band, but... Yep, there it is.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I've seen that before.
Yeah. I think, totally put it up on his Facebook. I was
What
like,
does it
dude.
say? The only walls we build are walls of death.
Yeah, it's a good one. Everybody loves the good walls of death, man. You've seen those in the videos and stuff?
No.
Where, like, now it's not just circle pits and all that stuff. A bunch of people will go on one side, a bunch of people will go on the other side, and then they do the build-up, like, dun, 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 and then they all just, it's like...
Charge in at each other.
Yeah, it's like fucking
Braveheart.
Braveheart, thank you. I was trying to think of the name of the movie. I'm like, yeah, it's like that where they all charge each other. But anywho, yeah, enough of that political stuff. I mean, apparently a lot of people took their, they jumped out this weekend before all this happened. But let's start with the good stuff. I mean, what's new with you there, Sweet Potato Pie? Somebody had
I had my birthday yesterday.
Happy 52, my good friend.
We went to the Ever Ready Diner in Hyde Park for breakfast.
Oh, there's an Ever Ready in Hyde Park.
Yes, that's the original Ever Ready.
Oh, I go to the one
It's
in
way
Brewster.
better than one. It's way better than the one in Brewster.
I'm sure
in
it is.
my humble opinion. I had the Ever Ready breakfast, which is like that's one thing I miss about like IHOP. When you would go, you'd be like, "Let me get that one," and it's like, okay, you get pancakes, you get eggs, you get ham, bacon, sausage,
Yup.
and toast.
Well, we'll talk a little bit about when we lived in Cold Spring, one of our favorite things to do on Sunday was to go to Denny's.
Yes.
Sit
Fucking
belly up to the
Denny's.
bar and get a fucking skillet.
That's right.
Oh, the skillets. I introduced Zoe not to the Denny's skillet. Denny's used to be so good.
Yeah.
It is such shit now.
Oh, yeah. There's one in Newburgh.
I went to...
Maybe that's got something to do with it.
No, I've been to... there was one in Southington I went to, Connecticut.
Okay.
That was dog shit. And there's one in Danbury, which is right where Hawhee lives.
Right.
And it's right near the dump.
Yep. I've been there with... I think I went there with my mom and my kids. It was like...
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And I was like... I told Manal, because we were actually... And we'll talk about what's new with me later, but like... Yeah, it's just disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
and I told her, I said, dude, John and I used to freaking belly up to the Denny's and get a skillet. It was great.
Oh.
It was one of our favorite pastimes.
Well, we went to... and then we went to Texas Roadhouse for dinner.
Yeehaw!
And my kids got food and got, only ate about a third of it. And we're like, we're taking it home. And then nobody grabbed their bag. I grabbed my bag of food because they gave me my container in a bag. And I was like, cool. And then, they were like, I thought you took it. I thought you took it. I thought you took it.
Dude, if it's your food, take it.
Yeah.
Don't depend on anybody else. I mean, it's funny. So, yeah, that was pretty much the birthday. They just a little, Yeah, when you get to our age, you're just like,
Duty.
yeah, same here. I mean, this week for me was okay. Like, this week it was... Well, Manal had a cake that she made for a wedding that she had to deliver today. So that was pretty much the majority of the weekend. I mean, I'll show you pictures of it, man. It came out gorgeous. But it's so much work. And we have a tiny kitchen. And it's like... So she was doing most of that. But we did go to Hobby Lobby, which I was like, I should call you because it was close by.
Wait, you went today?
No, yesterday.
I was going to say, Hobby Lobby's not open on Sundays. It's
No.
like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, it's the Jesus store. I've never been I've never been to a Hobby Lobby, and when I was like, you gotta go, it's great. She had to get a bunch of stuff for the cake, so I was like, all right, I'll tag along. And we went, and it was your birthday, so I figured you'd be out. And I was like, oh shit, we're right near John's. I just went in and proceeded to put all the crosses upside down, and if they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I just did all the 666, and tried to spell out things. They have a lot of things in there with like alphabets. You can spell kids' names. There were a lot of like Satan and penis, and that was my.
Did you make all the stuffed bears hump?
No, I didn't do that. We used to do that too. That was another back in the day. But no, I just did a lot of upside down crosses. And as I left, I was like, all right, upside down cross still there. Hail Satan, everyone.
Hail Satan.
Oh, we'll get into that shit because somebody saw a moveroo.
Oh boy, did I.
Yeah, but other than that, it was really just GERD and work. Good times, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, besides our former president getting his ears pierced, there was a lot of, especially the deaths.
I bet there's some people wish he'd get his nipples pierced. You all right over there?
Oh, yeah.
John, you got any news?
Yeah. Well, that.
Am I playing this every time? Because this is the only news I went with today.
Well, since we do like that theme song, and I think we did curse ourselves last week because we were like, we had to really stretch for this one, and we're gonna have to talk about dead deers on the side of the road. God was like, "Oh yeah, here you go. Here's 4."
You know how they say celebrity deaths happen in 3s? I'm giving you motherfuckers 4.
A bonus episode. So which one do you want?
This is Dr. Ruth Westheimer, sexually speaking, for WYNY Radio, New York.
The penis.
The penis and the
penis.
vagina.
Now,
Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Yeah.
Sex talk with Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, that was porn before porn, kids.
Well, who was it? There was some comedian used to make a joke about like there's nothing sexual about her voice. No one's getting turned. We don't want kids listening to this sex talk. It's like no one's getting turned on by that voice.
Yeah, you can't. I mean,
Except
it's
Tolly.
Yeah, maybe. You were like a kid, a candy store, the Hobby Lobby. I was. Yeah, I was walking around. I was like putting on freaking the big feather boas and the hats and
That's where I get my Bluey shit.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Hobby Lobby. They got a shitload of Bluey shit there.
Oh yeah, and they have the Marvel stuff and the Star Wars stuff. It was really cool.
I want to get myself like a Bluey lunchbox for the new school year.
The blue. Yeah, you got to do it, man. That's I had a Hannah Montana one at my old job. It was delicious. So anyway,
Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, I mean, full disclosure, I didn't know she was still alive. So
You know what? Where's the? I thought they was dead.
Oh, I don't have.
Should have hit
one.
that one. You have that.
Well,
one.
I have the whole thing.
Yes, what is this? Huh? This is whack.
That's for
I
Dr.
can't continue
Ruth,
with
man.
this shit.
I thought she was
I
dead.
thought you were dead.
Yeah, how old was she? I'll have to look on the old Facebook page, but
She was a fucking vampire.
she was. But she got us. She taught us all about stuff about the penis and the ejaculate. Yeah, you couldn't get hard to that shit as much as much as we were done.
She was 96.
96.
Oh.
Come on, she was a cute little lady too.
Well, she was no 76. You know who was 76?
Who was that? Oh, damn. Yikes.
Richard Simmons.
Ow.
Richard Simmons, who just turned 76 July 12th and dropped dead on July 13th.
Yeah, and it was weird.
Must have been some party. He must have done a lot of fucking poppers.
Poor Richard.
A lot of amyl nitrate at that party.
Oh, man.
Me and Freddie used to do this all the time.
With those, that's why I put on the Facebook. I'm like, everybody put your short shorts on.
That's right.
Oh, man. I still remember. I'll talk about there was when I used to live with my aunt. They had Sweat into the Oldies.
Yeah.
So bad. So my aunt used to do Sweat in the Oldies with her friends, and some of her friends were quite large. And we would go downstairs to the basement and just hear the boom, 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 boom. We would just start laughing.
You're waiting for them to come through the ceiling.
You ever seen the freaking dust coming through? We're like, oh boy.
You want to go hang out and mock the people at the fucking funeral home?
Yeah.
Come on, let's get out of here.
But poor Richard, he was just so sensitive. And he did tweet, he disappeared from the public eye for a while. I know he was big on Howard Stern for a while. He used to be on Howard Stern's Channel 9 show. That's how... And he was trying to get him back on because I know he was still talking to him. And he just kind of disappeared from the public eye. And then on his birthday, on Twitter, he was finally like, hey, I'm around, and thanks for all the birthday wishes, and I hope everyone's well. I love you all. And then...
Well, I think we talked about it a couple weeks back with Pauly Shore trying to make the movie about Richard Simmons.
Yeah, that's why it started. Now guaranteed. I mean,
I was like, we got a whole new chapter, and we finally got the ending.
Yeah. Oh boy,
this book writes itself.
Yeah, but I was reminiscing about not only the Sweating to the Oldies in the basement, but also just all those appearances he did on Howard Stern. There was one and he used to get so upset and so mad. He had this really large woman on, and he was interviewing at Channel 9, and they took a roasted turkey and was just holding it over the woman's head like a boom mic. I was like, oh, come on.
Aw.
Deal a meal.
Deal a meal.
Good old deal a meal. I'm going to take out this card. You can't eat the card, Marge. You can't. You can't eat it.
It's better than the AIDS diet plan.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, I remember
Talk about
that.
a bad name.
Yeah, that was it was the cough drop. What was the diet?
The chocolate.
Yeah. So many people used to come in when I worked in the drugstore and they'd be like, "Excuse me, do you have AIDS?" I'm like, "No." I use a rubber, but the candy is over there. Yeah, so yeah, another Richard Simmons, man.
Oh,
Put your short shorts on. Oh Jesus, more?
Yeah, there's always more.
Yikes.
Shannon Doherty. Mall rats, Shannon Doherty.
Brenda?
Brenda?
I know.
Kraft. Wasn't she in that Kraft movie or the TV show? Not the cheese.
She was
Were they were
in
witches? She was in some witch.
It was Charmed.
Charmed.
It's-
Charmed, I'm sure.
How do you not know? It was a CW show.
Oh, my God.
You love the WB.
I do.
I remember we used to watch.
Frog.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. She died my age.
Yeah, she had
Yikes.
cancer. She'd been battling cancer for years.
Yeah, Kevin Smith actually put a really nice
Yeah, I saw
eulogy
that.
on there. It was sweet. Yeah, I had no idea. She was the last of the run where I was like, Jesus, what are you doing? What else could go wrong? And then, then Trump got his ear pierced and everything was wrong.
Oh,
But yeah, Shannon Doherty. Yeah, 90210. I was never a Brenda one.
no,
You know, I
I didn't
liked-
watch 90210.
You didn't watch 90210? I mean,
no, fuck that shit.
I was more of a Smellrose place. What is that?
I don't know.
Ghost in the Machine? Did I hit something wrong? Is it mine?
There we go.
Oh, that was probably yours. Anyway.
It's always me.
It's always you. I was never a Brenda on that show. Who was the
No,
nerdy chick? She
no.
was
I
Tori
honestly,
Tori Spelling had the ridiculous fake tits.
I couldn't tell you because I didn't watch the
I was
fucking
more
show.
I was more of a Smellrose place. Me and my brother used to watch Smellrose
I didn't watch
place.
that either. I didn't watch Party of Five.
Party of Five I never watched. I was out of that.
My wife was a big Party of Fiver, I think.
My ex was big into the Creek, the Dawson's Creek. You know, fuck you, Pacey. It's whatever. No, that was Party of Five.
I watched that in the OC.
Yeah, if I want to watch something fucking teen and depressing, I'll just live my life.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You could be.
Oh, gee, it keeps going.
Yikes. Or maybe it's because he needs me, 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 he needs me.
Shelley Duvall. I know everybody goes immediately for The Shining, but when I sent that message to you, you're like, "Oh my God, olive oil! You're kidding me!"
I
You
know.
didn't even say The Shining. Your first reaction was olive oil.
I mean,
and
yeah, obviously the Shining, she was
Well, yeah.
iconic in that. But Popeye, we were just talking about that too. Like, what Broadway? Why are you not putting Popeye on Broadway?
I know
The songs, if you forget, like I had
they put
watched
fucking
it.
Shrek on Broadway, but they won't put
Yeah,
Popeye.
fucking Shrek, Back to the Future, Beetlejuice, like Popeye, dude. All about the
Yeah.
Popeye. You know what it is? It's fucking.
Oh shit! He's looking at the camera.
You know
now.
what grinds
He's
my.
put-
You know what grinds my gears? Everyone is that fucking. Because I remember when Popeye. That was the thing when I was a kid. And when my kids were little, Popeye
Right.
was on Netflix. I let them watch. They loved it. They loved Popeye.
I love Popeye.
I
loves Alice the Goon.
Ooh, skibbity bip bip boo. But I remember hearing this one mother was telling her kids, "You can't watch Popeye because he doesn't speak correctly." And I'm like, it's a fucking cartoon.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and if he eats I just.
And he eats spinach.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's. They probably won't put it on because it's bullying, and I'm like, oh, stop! It's you eat spinach, you get strong, you beat up my dad, otherwise known as Bluto.
He's large. He's large.
He's large. He's large. He's really large. I mean, I highly recommend going back to Popeye and watching that movie and think
Robin
to yourself,
Williams.
Robin Williams. Yeah, so Popeye and olive oil.
So professional, burping into the mic.
Where's the sweets pea?
But she's had it rough lately, though, too.
She was
living in her car.
Yeah.
Had no money.
There was one woman that was on Instagram that was kind of taking care of her. And, there was a picture of her near the end where it was like almost kind of like Margot Kidder when Margot Kidder lost her marbles. And,
Jesus Christ.
Sad, but...
Jesus Christ, bananas.
Oh, jeez. What am I going to tell the guys in the office? Yes.
I don't know, Gregory. What
I
are
don't
you
know.
going to tell the guys at the office?
Harry Reams, everyone. Come on. The original Skeet.
Skeet.
Yeah, so a lot of deaths this weekend, man. It was
Well,
just...
let's lighten the mood.
Okay.
Now, hold on there 1 second here, young fella. I was thinking about maybe the two of us get down in the old pickup truck corner and hit one of them movie plexes where we can go sit down and eat a tub of popcorn and check out some previews.
You all right over there?
I gotta do dances during that song. It's a
I
long
know.
time, but there was a ton of trailers. Not only were there a ton of deaths, there were a ton of trailers.
Yeah.
So,
We went from none to a ton.
yeah, I know.
Sounds like my waist.
You telling me there, sister. Yeah. So where do we want to go first on the trailers? There was so many. First one,
Gladiator 2. Let's just hit it.
great, looks good.
I'm not getting the music that's going along with it.
That was the big complaint with it, is that, you got this, like, it looks beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I heard that the original story for Gladiator 2 was the gods were gonna bring Russell Crowe's character back, Maximus, and they were like, oh no, fuck that. That's
No
stupid.
fucking way.
No way, that would be stupid. And it's like, well, how about Lucius? Lucius can take over the mantle. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Didn't really care about it.
Yeah.
Then I saw the trailer and I was like, God damn. But then fucking Jay-Z, it doesn't fit.
No.
It doesn't fit. Like,
No.
you want this, like, like the original Gladiator. I mean, I'm sure it's not in the movie. It's the trailers that cut it.
Yeah.
But it just kind of took me out of it,
Yeah.
Fucking Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
And you got our buddy,
How will you explain that?
Pedro.
Pedro in this.
playing the bad guy.
Yeah, oh, of course, delicious Pedro. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks really good. I bet you anything, it's going to be like a Sonic thing where so many people shit on that fucking music. The next trailer is going to be like epic.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, that's not the music for the movie. That's like the end credits music kind of thing. We'll give you some of the score that's really puts you in the
just
mood.
cut the trailer with the score. I guaranteed a bunch of fucking jagoffs on fucking YouTube have already done it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that one looks really good. What else we got there on the trailers there?
Let's go Agatha All Along.
Yes. Oh, look, I'm a Marvel shill today. There's a couple of Marvel trailers that came out. Agatha All Along. I'll be honest. I was like, really?
Really? Exactly. I was like, okay.
It's it looks interesting. I don't think it's going to tie into anything.
No, not anymore.
It gives me very Hocus Pocus vibes.
Yep.
And it'll be a cute Halloween kind of show.
Yeah.
Not really invested in it that much. Better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
At first,
Fair.
I had zero interest in it. Once I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, it's a little creepy. It's a little dark. Kind of Werewolf by Night, a little bit.
You know what I think part of the problem is, too, is that we're so far removed from WandaVision that it's kind of lost its luster. It's like no one's really anticipating and wanting it. After WandaVision, everybody's like, fuck, I'd watch the fuck out of an Agatha show.
Yep.
And now it's like, it's been so long, I really don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Black Widow syndrome.
Yeah.
You're just like, why are you doing this now?
Yeah.
You fucking should have done it 10 years ago.
Yep.
But, yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. I think if it's something where if they just say, look, man, it just has no connectivity. It's just a goofy, not
show.
really goofy, just like a Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
You didn't have to.
But you can't do that, though. Not with a character like her, and they've already tied it to the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, I mean, like Scarlet Witch, I mean, she's dead. You see.
But they've tied that all together.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It might be a great show. I mean, it's Marvel. I'm in the bag for it. I'll watch it.
Look, I'm fucking. Well, we'll get to what I'm hate watching at this point.
Oh
later.
yeah. But let's stay on the Marvel. Let's stay on the Marvel thing because they did drop
Captain America: Brave New World, which
Yes.
looks better than Agatha.
Oh, for sure. A lot of people were worried about Cap with all the reshoots and basically reshooting the whole thing and this and
Yeah.
that. Look, if it, same with Daredevil too. If they got to reshoot and do all this stuff on there. The only thing I worry about is that by the end, it's going to be like a $400 million movie because they had to basically reshoot it, the whole thing. But it's giving me like great Winter Soldier vibes, which is, and the Cap series, believe it or not, is my favorite series of the Marvel ones. Because you got First Avenger is good, not really rewatchability that much, but still good. Winter Soldier is like one of my favorites.
That shit over and over.
Civil War, which was basically like Avengers 2.5, and now you got this. So yeah, and Bucky, I mean not Bucky.
The Captain America, yeah, you're right. The Captain America ones are the ones that I can watch over and over again. The rest of them, and Iron Man.
Yeah, well, this one, it seems more of like a Tom Clancy thriller. They're finally bringing up that fucking thing from the Eternals. You didn't see that in there? Remember the? I know Eternals was so far away, but there was. In that movie, that at the end they had
the giant
coming out of the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
After that movie, nobody said shit about it, and like movies have gone by, and we're like, ain't nobody addressing that? But it's in the trailer if you see it.
Okay,
they're addressing
I did see it. I guess I just missed that part.
Yeah, of course I watch. Every time I watch a trailer, I watch the 97 Easter eggs and things you missed. And they were like, finally, they're talking about the fucking I forget the name of it.
The ocean.
Yeah, like for 8 like. Literally, I think it's probably like 7 or 8 movies where like nobody's addressing the fucking thing in the water.
No,
like it's sitting in the Indian Ocean.
Don't know what you're
Apparently,
talking about.
it's gonna have ties to like vibranium.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, Harrison Ford. I love how they did the whole mustache thing in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, they told me I had to shave the mustache off. I wanted to win. So it was a good little nod to William Hurt. You got Isaiah in there.
Yep.
Which is fucking dope. You got the new Falcon, so you got 2 birdies. You don't have 1 birdie, you have 2
and
birdies.
You got, at the very end, you got
Red Hulk. Which, I mean, we knew it was all coming.
Yeah.
Because McDonald's fucked that up.
Yeah, McDonald's fucked that up.
But
McDonald's.
But there's also the big bad in there. God, the internet's going to kill me because I don't remember the name.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Not Brainiac, but like, is it the Watcher? No. Is the Watcher? I forget. I'll have to look it up. But the big bad in there is another big comic one. He's like a green guy with like really big head. Yeah, we can look it up. It's like the Watcher or something like that. So he looks like he'll be the bad in it.
Is that's not Giancarlo Esposito's character?
No, he was actually put in it. From what I read, he was put in like near the end.
Oh.
Like in the reshoots and stuff, or like when they basically reshot this whole fucking thing. I don't know. We'll look it up later. It was in one of those 78,000 Easter egg movie things I watched, but I'm a sucker for that.
You are.
The minute I'm done with these TV shows, I go immediately to those.
Well, here's the thing. I usually and I'll use air quotes. I usually watch those in the car on the way to and home from work.
Okay.
I'll put the thing on and just listen to like them go through, and kind of go like, oh, and if there's something that I need to see, I'll just go back and watch it again later and check that part out. But they get, I don't know which one of them I listen to. Kind of let the cat out of the bag that they get copies of these way before they're on TV, so that they can get these videos ready for like almost immediately. Like I think they have to wait until the next morning, whatever time the next morning. But
yeah, they have to, because those things are out like immediately after.
Yeah,
like
and there's so much. I mean, so edited and cut and scripted and shit like that.
It's and it is. Yeah, they must get them early, because a lot of times for some reason I always forget what day the boys are on.
Right,
and then the notification will come up like 78,000 Easter eggs you didn't know about the boys, and I'm like, oh shit, it's on. Okay, I gotta watch it.
Right,
that's the only one I know. I know House of Dragon is Sunday, Acolyte is Tuesday, but we'll get into all that shit later. But
it's on in a half an hour.
I know, my sweet Damon. But
Damon's
okay,
still hanging out at Harrenhal.
Yeah, hanging out in Harrenhal with the witch. Going, what the hell is going on here?
The only other 2 trailers were we had talked about. I don't know if you told me about the trailer or you just told me about it, because I don't think there was a trailer at the time for the animated Watchmen series.
I heard it was coming. I did not watch the trailer yet.
Yeah, they had the trailer. It looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's the same as the book. They're just gonna do it the animated form as opposed to. I'm one of those defenders of Zack Snyder's Watchmen. I thought it was good.
I liked it. I mean, I know he changed shit, but I mean that we just with movies you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they had to squeeze it into that. Like, I think it was like 2 hours plus. Plus, I mean, you got the comedian, old Jeffrey D. Morgan. That was my first. Everybody was talking about Negan. I'm like, he'll always be the comedian.
He'll always be the comedian.
He was great in that. And who's the one who did? Jackie Earl Haley did.
Oh yeah,
Rorschach. He was perfect in that role.
Bad News Bears, Jackie Earl.
yeah. Seriously. So yeah, the animated one, I'll watch that. Only because some of the DC animated adaptations usually tend to be really good. Like we goofed out about, like I used to be like, I don't like watching animation. Now everything I watch is animation. I have watched like
you did the flip.
I did the flip, especially the DC movies, because Flashpoint, that animated movie
was so good,
way better than the live action. Dark Knight Returns, Part 1 and Part 2, fucking amazing. The Long Halloween, really good. So they do a lot of really good adaptations. So I'm down for a Watchmen one. It's good. It's gonna be. We all know how it goes, but
And the last trailer was one that you had sent.
Yeah.
I think I sent it to you. No, I didn't send it to you. I mentioned it when I sent. I send you trailers so I won't forget about them.
See, I just post them on the Facebook page.
Right. I'm like, I got to remember this, so I send it to you. When I sent you the Captain America one, I mentioned, I was like, and fucking Diener is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Is it called? It's just called Diener, right? It's not Diener 89. Yeah, I don't even know, to be honest with you, dude. I don't even know what it's about. I just know takes place in 1989. It's basically like, it looks like the Eddie Munson story, and you're just like, I'm down for it. It was really funny.
Well, he's, I guess, my God, Diener?
It's on our Facebook page, which, by the way, kids.
Yeah, it is Diener 89.
Yeah. It looks funny. It looks really good.
He's a rocker who is like doing a documentary about like himself as a musician. He's like, but in order to to tell you about that, I have to tell you how it all started.
Yeah, it's kind of like a biopic about him as he was younger in 89. So, and I just sent you the trailer and I was like, this is me, high school 89, senior year. And I did see on there that we didn't put in the trailers. You never really watched The Umbrella Academy, huh?
I did.
Last season, coming up August.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. You know what it is?
Is there a trailer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the trailer.
Yeah, we'll watch it after the pod. But, yeah, I love that show. I mean,
do too.
You know what it is? I watched season 1. Season 2, I binged it one day. I was like, this is amazing. Season 3, for some reason, I dropped off.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. I wanted to see how they did the transition, how they were going to handle that, and I did. And it wasn't like I was like, fuck, this is stupid. I just lost track of it. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to get into it because it is the last season. This is it.
Well, you know what? Don't worry. Because just before it comes out, Screen Crush is going to do a little like, Umbrella Academy seasons 1, 2, and 3 in 11 minutes.
Yeah, they actually did put some. Actually, Netflix themselves did a recap of the full 3 seasons. Oh. But I just want to watch one that's just season 3. Because I know what happened season 1 and 2. It's basically they got to save the world again. So I give them a lot of respect that it's season 4 and they're just like, we're done. Like, I love a good, even with The Boys, as much as I love it. They're like, yeah, we're ending after season 5. I'm like, that makes sense.
Well, yeah. That's like, what the fuck was that show with Brendan Fraser?
Doom Patrol?
Doom Patrol was really good. The last fucking season, I was like, what the fuck is this? What the hell's going on?
You don't want to be too late to the party, man.
I watched it the whole time. I watched it from season 1, that show. But when they got to the last season, I was just like, what the fuck? Seriously?
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to overextend your welcome in a show. Like Walking Dead. As much as I know, right? And being like, ooh, season 2 of Daryl Dixon. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, I really don't. I did enjoy the Rick and Michonne show.
Yes.
And the other ones were better than I thought. But, like, I don't want any other seasons of that shit. Let that shit die. Let it die, let it die. Let it shrivel up and die.
How will you explain that?
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, yeah, a lot of trailers out there. I actually was watching something on YouTube. It was like all the horror movies that are coming up in 2024. They showed all the trailers.
Oh, yeah.
There were so many fucking horror movies that are coming out.
I see some of these horror movie trailers. You know what I do? The first thing I do is jump to about halfway through it and get the vibe of it. And I'm like, did somebody make this on a VHS camcorder?
Oh, we'll get into, we might as well go right into the movie that you saw.
Yeah. I saw Longlegs.
Boo!
And I'm going to say, like, I walked out of that movie going, like, I don't know if this is, like, fucking genius or, like, fucking what the fuck.
Yeah.
Or a mixture of what the fuck genius. Looking back on it, I fucking loved it.
Yeah, a lot of people, are saying when they see it, they're like, oh, man, that was great. And then they think about it more and more. Longlegs got under my skin. Oh, you saw it there, Jimmy. I wanted to see it this weekend.
Well, no spoilers, Jimmy, no spoilers.
But Manal and I were she was in full-on wedding cake mode, so
I won't spoil it. I will set it up for you. I'll take the golf ball.
Okay.
I'll cradle the ball. I'll put it on the tee.
You set
I'll
it.
line you up, and then you can go hit
I can go spike it later. I
so,
gotcha.
So the beginning of the movie starts out, the way they show it, it's like one of those old school square, like 1970s photograph with the rounded edges.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's like. That's what you're looking at. And she's, I guess, like an FBI agent, and they're on the hunt for some person. And there's other stuff that happens to be, and that introduces Longlegs. I didn't put my long legs on today.
Oh God! I can't wait.
Fucking Nick Cage, man.
He is a national treasure, not just a movie.
So they're knocking on doors. Like, they go to knock on these doors to look for this guy with a photo. Like, have you seen this man? And her partner's knocking on a door, and she's just staring at this house, kind of like. And the sound is getting all woo-woo-y, and her partner's voice starts to come in, and he's like, "Are you listening to me?" And she's like, "He's in there." And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "I can't explain it. I just know that he's in that house."
How will you explain that?
Exactly. And she's like, "We need to call it in." He's like, "We're not gonna fucking call it in on a hunch that you've got." He's like, "If it makes you feel better, I'll go knock on the door, and if from there we'll call it in." So he walks up, and like as he's about to knock on the door, she starts walking up, and he knocks on the door. The person opens the door, and bam, shoots him in the face.
Eatabullet.com.
Eatabullet.com. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Old school. Yeah.
Going way back. Where's the back in the day on that one?
There you
go. So she freaks out. She goes in the house, and everything in the house is covered in fucking plastic. It's like Dexter's living room, and there's a guy just sitting on a bed, and she's like, "Put your hands up, don't move." He's like, "I wouldn't think of moving," right?
Yeah.
And then fast forward in this, she gets pulled onto this task force, I guess you would say, that's hunting for. There's a spree of incidents where the father goes nuts and kills his fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Look, if this is just a dad killing his family, we'd be like, whatever, but it's over and over again, the same kind of shit. And we think that there's somebody that's making them do this because they're leaving this note, and it's in code, and we don't know what anything says. The only thing we can read is the very bottom says Longlegs."
Ah, okay.
So she becomes part of this task force, and from there, I'm not going to spoil anything of how it turns out. That's just the whole setup.
Great. Jimmy gave us the old great atmosphere. Basically clenched my asshole the whole movie. Don't lie. Your asshole was clenched just to begin with.
Did you know that you know how you can like flick your penis and make it twitch up?
Yeah.
Do you know it's impossible to do that without clenching your butthole?
Yeah, I'm trying to
and
do
right
it right
now. You're
now.
clenching your butthole.
I am. It's good stuff. I'll give Jimmy this one. We used to say all the time, "Uncle, you look terrible." Zombies.
That's okay.
Uncle, you look terrible.
You know what? I don't mean to get you excited, but we do have some ginger upstairs.
Ooh, ginger snaps.
No.
All right.
Peel the ginger.
Oh, I know.
Come on.
I know. Call back to last week. I get you.
I am going to give it a solid 4.5 pounds. Fucking Nick Cage is just...
That's a high bar.
I hesitate to give it 5 just because I feel like over time it might not have that same...
It probably loses the rewatchability, would you say?
Probably, because you have to see it in the theater. You have to.
It's kind of like the Black Phone. Like, I would have gave that 5 out of 5 pals, but I knew that the rewatchability, it kind of loses its luster after that.
There's two basic kinds of horror movies I like. Mm-hmm. There's your very polished kind of fun horror-ish movies like Zombieland and the remake of was it Dawn of the Dead? Those with the one within the mall.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. I love those kind of horror movies, or I love fucking spooky, creepy, anxiety horror movies. I don't need a slasher. I don't need a guy with a knife. I don't need jump scares.
I hate
I
jump
like
scares,
Scream because it's got that fun, polished kind of fun to it. Mm-hmm. And this movie, you know what kind of vibe it's got for me? To a degree.
Would you agree the mood of the movie was creepy the whole time?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They got that creep mood, but it's kind of got that it's got to feel like those old Reanimator and From Beyond and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like that just creepy, like, oh my God, that's fucking weird as fuck creepy.
See, you're more of like the heady kind of, I know you like the heady shit. I'm more of a carnage candy.
Right.
Like, I need the gore. Like, the thing that scared me about going to see Longlegs is because In a Violent Nature, which we talked about, people fucking hype that shit up, and I still see it on social media. People giving that like the best. Although Longlegs now is starting to be like, that's really the top one. But people are still saying In a Violent Nature is their favorite. For what? I mean, yeah, the Carnage Candy was good, but it was boring to me as hell. But this, I don't want to get overhyped by it, but at the same time, I mean, enough people. I obviously respect your opinion on movies, and all my other horror community are just like, oh my God, you have to see this.
Yeah, it's one of those creepy fucking anxiety.
I like those.
I love those.
I don't like the jump scares. I like
I don't
more
even
of.
think there's a single jump scare.
Yeah, but I mean, I do like the one of my all time favorites is The Exorcist. So I mean.
But look, put it this way. There's a couple of those. There's some of those moments that you were like, "Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on?" Oh shit!
Yeah.
Because there's one scene where the guy's like standing there with this priest, and he's like walking back and forth, and he's doing this, he's doing that, and then all of a sudden the guy just comes back and fucking hits the priest in the face with a fucking hatchet.
Yeah. Well,
and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Like another really good one that we talked about, the Nick Cage.
And Greg, I think you said it. I was like, this is the kind of stuff I want to see Nick Cage do now. And you said everybody loves Nick Cage, this Nick Cage, and you said N-I-C Cage.
Yeah.
Not N-I-C-K, not Nicholas, N-I-C Cage. When he leans into this just being fucking weird,
yeah,
he's genius.
Yeah, I think he finally figured out as far as like he became a parody of himself.
Yeah.
And he's just all in on it, you know.
Well, that's why I love that movie with him and Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, because he's not trying to pretend like maybe he thinks he's taking it seriously, but I think overall, I mean, he is the best when he is just being Nick fucking Cage.
Yep.
You know, like that over the top, like, you know, when he was in fucking Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
When he was Big Daddy.
Oh,
when he does
God.
Spider-Man Noir. When he does this shit. When he does the Pedro Pascal movie. All that shit. It's just like, don't try to pretend you're... Look, you won your Oscar. That's all you need. You're good.
You're a Coppola, for God's sakes. Act like it.
Oh, and then also we didn't talk about Longlegs. The guy who directed it is Anthony Perkins' son.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Old Norman Bates. Yeah, it's
wow.
He's only done like a few small... This is his first like big movie, but yeah, it's if you look at his picture, you know who he was? You can look it up if you want. It's definitely Norman Bates. I think it's Osgood, his first name, but he also played
Oz Perkins.
Yeah, Oz Perkins. That's Anthony Perkins' kid. He was also in.
Oh, Jesus.
He's done some small roles too. In Legally Blonde, he was that weirdo guy. But yeah, he just came. Wait, what was that thing? Secretary.
Where?
Also known for Secretary. Was he in that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, damn! I love me some Secretary.
Do you? There he is. He was Jonathan in in Secretary.
Oh, I'll have to remember that. But dude, I highly recommend Secretary.
He was in Star Trek.
I mean, you got Maggie Jo.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of those like.
Yeah.
You know.
He plays the weird, creepy guy, but yeah, he directed and wrote this movie. I think.
I mean, do what you do best, man. Be weird and creepy.
Talk about it. You just saw freaking what's his face on there.
Yeah, Gary Busey.
Oh, Busey.
Busey, give me the Busey.
Hey, you better answer that. You better answer that phone.
Oh my
Might be
God, I
Santa
wish I could
Claus.
fucking remember it. What? What is it? She ate burgers. What the fuck is it? She equals. My kids turned me on to this weekend. I had no idea.
She ate burgers.
She equals. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna get to it later.
Yeah, we'll save it
Sorry,
for later.
it just hit me when you were talking about Gary Busey, which made me think about like weird fucking shit that people don't know.
He is just. I love freaking. He is just that. I always hear that story. There was I was watching the big thing.
Onika
this guy,
Burger.
Christian Holoff was talking about he worked with Gary Busey for something, and the phone rang, and he literally, like, complete seriousness, he goes, "Hey, better pick up that phone. Santa Claus might be on it." And he was like, "It's August. Like, why would you?" I just, "Hey, that's my impersonation of him."
I had a burger for my birthday, and my kids were like, "Dad, I'm not going to bother you with that. With going to Onika Burger." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I guess it was some thing where someone posted with what the fuck is her name?
Why
Jenner?
she ate?
Jenner, Kris
Oh,
Jenner,
Kris Jenner,
Northwest Draws her grandmother, Kris Jenner. And somebody go, "Why she ate?" And then someone else went, she equals Onika, 8 equals burgers. And I guess Onika is, what the fuck's her name's real name? Kim Kardashian?
Oh.
Her real name is Onika?
Is it really?
I guess.
Oh, fucking who cares?
And they're like-
I
so-
swear to
so-
God, these kids these days, they talking like old
And they're
skibbity
saying-
toilet. I don't get it.
I get it because they're saying, why she ate, the she is Onika, meaning
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian. And what she ate is burgers. So it just became she equals Onika, 8 equals burgers. So when you substitute that, it's like, why Onika burgers?
Okay.
And Onika burgers just became a fucking stupid internet meme thing. But thinking about obscurity of Gary Busey made me think about that. That's how my fucking brain works.
Oh yeah, dude, Jimmy, 8mm. That
8
is
millimeter.
that is a beautiful Nick Cage movie.
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's got Joaquin Phoenix in it.
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, man. And a younger James Gandolfini. He plays the fucking scumbag porn director.
Oh, God, that's right. I'm going to have to rewatch that. It's been a long time.
I watched it not too long ago. I'd say within the past year. And it still holds up.
All right.
But Nick Cage is classic in that one. And then, of course, Honey Child! Fucking kick-ass. Anyway, yeah, I mean, as far as movies go, for me, I haven't seen a dick thing. I did watch, what were we watching this weekend? A lot of, like, we did a double feature. It was From Dusk Till Dawn was on again. And what was before it? Oh, God, I can't remember. Nothing new. It was all just like, hey, whatever's on the.
Well, we can talk TV then.
Yeah, let's get into TV because there was, I mean, the usual. Nobody saw anything new.
No.
The usual.
I'm still obsessed with finishing every binge watching SWAT.
You're still on the SWAT binge?
Dude, there's like 8 seasons.
I think I might do a Bear binge just because I haven't watched season 3. So I'm gonna definitely do a Bear binge.
Season 3. I started it. I just never got back into it because I got distracted by SWAT.
Yeah, I heard
so that should tell you a little something about how invested I am in it. I was more invested in the Bear than I am in the fucking Acolyte at this point.
Yeah, let's break down the Acolyte. We need a couple of thousand more views.
Oh my God.
You know, they just started getting me back. I was like,
Yep.
all right, we're getting back. And then this episode, all I have to say is, oh, the witches.
Oh my God.
Like this. And then they all fall.
Look, we were talking about it before we went on there. I know they're doing that Rashomon thing where they go back and retell the story from a different perspective.
Yeah.
But you would expect at this point that what we're going to see is something like amazing.
Yeah, it's always
and we're not.
The episode before the finale is also, like, I'm not going to try to say it because I tried to say it before, penultimate episode. That's what they gave us as a rec. They basically, they took episode 3 and filled in the gaps and didn't really explain much more to it.
Well, we found out that Soul has an unhealthy, in my opinion, obsession with OSHA.
Yeah.
Like, why he's risking all this and doing all this shit because he has to.
I have to save these kids.
You don't get that much of an emotional attachment to them this quickly.
You don't know them from fucking Adam. And all of a sudden, too many shows to watch on streaming. Yeah, Kevin OnlyFans.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But we thank that you chose us, Kevin, right now.
Thank you.
I choose you, Kevin.
We thank you for your support. I need your help.
Well, as Pee Wee Herman says, thank you all, dear friends, for coming to my birthday.
I was going to send that to you yesterday.
Kate did that. Kate kept saying that one yesterday.
Dear friends, for coming to my birthday. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff on, but yeah.
I'm not going to beat this one to death because it just doesn't make sense. This story is it's like they rush and half-assed it.
Oh, yeah.
And in the immortal words of Ron Swanson, don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing.
Exactly. I mean, when you only have...
Well, you brought up a great point about what they're spending per episode.
Yeah. So I think it's I don't want to talk too out of school, but I think it was
It wasn't even the money. You said it's the same amount of money they spend on...
They spend the same amount of money per episode on The Acolyte that they do House of the Dragon.
And look at what the fuck you're getting. I'm so in on House of the Dragon.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just amazing. Acolyte, just to sum it up, I mean... dude, and that's the thing. When you only have 8 episodes, and they're fucking 30-minute episodes, where House of the Dragon are hour-long episodes, you're going to get a lot more. You don't have much time to tell this story.
No.
So you're going to take one of the episodes out of the 8 and rehash what you did, fill in the gaps.
And not give me anything worth watching.
No. So we know that Soul killed the witch woman. Yep. It was... I mean, look, I'll give it where the lightsaber fights, fucking awesome.
Sure.
Who doesn't want to see a Wookiee with a lightsaber fucking throw down? I'm all for it.
A possessed Wookiee with a lightsaber throwdown.
Yes. But yeah, man, I mean, as we were saying, this show has been a roller coaster. It's just been I tried. I'm I get it. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I love it. I'm
going to give it time. It's going to get better. They're going to get me.
Mm-hmm. And this one is just another round of just boo.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give me much hope. I mean, we talked about with the trailers how with Agatha and with Captain America and with Deadpool and Wolverine are all right, I think Marvel's getting us back. They're going back to the old school of this is what worked. Let's stick with that. Star Wars, it's I mean, you can't win with Star Wars.
No.
You can either go to the legacy shit and people go, oh, all you do is talk about the Skywalker saga. They tried something different. They went back 100 years before Phantom Menace. They're telling a whole new story.
But they're not doing it well.
They're shitting on it.
And
there's so much canon lore that you could pull from Knights of the Old Republic. Just a Darth Plagueis novel.
Right.
You could have told the story of Darth Plagueis and fucking... That would have been an Acolyte show, and it would have been fucking awesome.
Well, apparently that's what they're doing in Season 2. They're not getting a fucking Season 2.
They might. I mean, they always tease with, Obi-Wan was going to get a Season 2. Book of Boba Fett was going to get a Season 2. And I'm not the type that shits on all those.
Right.
I mean, definitely, with any Disney-era Star Wars, there are certain things that, I've said it in the past 100 times where, I defend The Last Jedi.
Okay.
Sure, I hate the Leia Poppins part. Same with Obi-Wan. Do I really need to watch a young Leia get chased around by Flea in the woods? No. But that would have been a great movie. There were some great elements of Star Wars, and this one too. Acolyte, the lightsaber fights, seeing a little bit more of the High Republic, got me into it. I don't Tuesday's the last episode. I could fucking care less.
Just couldn't care less.
Or this last episode of The Acolyte better be fucking 2 hours because you got to explain. You got
Lucy?
What's that show? You got some splaining to do.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah.
Ricky Ricardo, people.
Thank you. Yes,
Well, look, The Boys doesn't disappoint.
No.
Neither does House of the Dragon.
All right, which
I
one
don't know where we
want to
go.
Let's do Boys because I think House of the Dragon will get a little bit more into it.
Yeah.
Boys, I think, is more of just a recap of insanity.
Yeah.
Especially with the things that have been going on this weekend. It kind of is like, oh boy.
Where's my button? Oh,
Which one?
well, not to spoil too much from The Boys, but if you haven't watched it by now, what the fuck are you waiting for?
Yeah. Get on that shit.
I mean, the big news, Starlight's been captured. And
Yes.
Huey got raped.
Again. Poor Huey.
He got raped by Tech Knight, and really, he got raped by that red-haired woman.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what are you going to do?
What the fuck is her name?
Gruelmaster.
Gruelmaster.
Yeah.
He got raped by the Gruelmaster.
Yeah.
And now he fucking gets raped by the fucking shapeshifter.
Oh, I know. But, you know, I mean, he did get raped, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know, he got some strange, but he really didn't get some strange. It was kind of the same.
Yeah, but it's not because he got some strange without knowing he was getting some strange.
Yeah, but the way that they do the shape-shifting thing, it wasn't like the typical, you know, zoom, 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 like
She had to
CGI
rip her
kind of
skin
switch
off.
it. She had to literally peel her body apart.
Oh.
Talk about body horror in that show. That show is, I mean, the gore, like where Homelander goes in, talks to Web Weaver, and he just kept freaking like puking out of his web hole. He's just like, I'm sorry, I do it when I get nervous. And then he just fucking rips him in half. Like, just, it hasn't been.
But again, it's another Homelander, like, doing something like that impulsively.
Mm-hmm.
When if he had just fucking held on to his shit, he would have gotten more information.
Oh, yeah.
Because Web Weaver was about to tell him, like, everything else, but no, he's like, oh, you're the whole, and rips him in half. It's like, no.
Yeah, Firecracker was like, we could have got more information. I mean, and then they kicked out, what's her name, the smart one?
Yeah.
You know, freaking the Deep with the octopus.
Oh. I'll be back. And then he
How
kills her.
fucking heartbreaking was that? Like, he's...
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not buying it because how can he fucking do that?
Mm-hmm.
It takes that quickly. She dies from not being in the tank, but they could fucking sit in bed and fuck for hours, and she doesn't die being out of the tank. Then
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you got to suspend your disbelief a little bit.
He
But
is fucking a fucking octopus, and it's a talking octopus. So yeah,
but just hearing her freaking gasp for air, and then he thought it was over, and it was like, you're like, oh my god, dude. It's like watching. Nobody likes to see a fish freaking gasp for air and die, like in the Faith No More video.
And that,
wow.
Well, you know what? Too, we're actually getting a. I like the way they take what's from the comics and kind of twist it a little bit to fit, because originally Black Noir was a Homelander clone in case something happened to Homelander.
Mm-hmm.
But now, have we seen what Black Noir is actually a black guy?
Yeah,
but he's got all those Homelander powers.
He's got a little
He
bit.
fly.
He can fly, yeah.
So I like how they're taking some of that story from the original comics and putting it in there like that.
But I love how the Deep showed up at their office thinking like he's gonna fucking take them all out, and they're just like, I don't know. The Deep is the fucking Aquaman. You're just like, go talk to some fish, man. Get the fucking out of here.
The finger your gills, okay?
And if you ever see him in the comic book of The Boys, he looks even more ridiculous with that freaking old school 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm still loving The Boys, man. It's just I want to see where it goes. I mean, we all knew the Fight Club thing was going to happen with Jeffrey Dean, so yeah, it's interesting to see how it's tensing up, especially now that Starlight is basically captured and nobody has any idea.
No.
It was very horror-like. So yeah, after that we got
Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon,
House of the D. Get the big old
Hod.
D.
Get the big old Hod.
Yeah, this was a game changer episode.
Yeah.
A lot of is it Lanira? No, not Lanira.
I feel like I need a reference sheet.
Let's pull up let's pull up the Hong Kong Book of Kung Fu and make sure we got all these names right, because we don't want the internet to tell us how big my tits are. But anyway, yeah. So we did have a big
You've
death.
got Princess Rhaenyra.
Yes.
Eve
Now
Best.
we're talking about Oldie Magoo. Just show more.
Oh,
Eve
her?
Best. Oh, Princess Rhaenyra. Okay,
Eve
so
Best,
I was right.
Princess Rhaenyra.
I was right, internet.
Going into battle on her dragon.
It was a full-on dragon fight.
Well, and you've got Aegon coming out on his little fucking his juvenile fucking dragon and just getting fucking housed
by old One-Eye McGee.
Well, by Rhaenyra first.
Oh, he kills Rhaenyra.
Well, no, Aegon didn't kill Rhaenyra.
No, Aegon
But
was.
Rhaenyra fucking has schooled Aegon in dragon fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And then he... what the fuck is his name?
Jacaerys?
No, Aemon. Comes out on the fucking big-ass dragon
Oh, yeah.
and tries to kill his brother.
Yeah. Well, he had a perfect opportunity to take his ass out.
Yep.
You don't tease old Patch Eye.
But-
He's riding the big one.
Well, and then Princess Rhaenyra just knows. She's like, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, she just falls to her death. It was very sad.
Because I think she's fighting she was fighting that battle out of loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much her heart was in it as like, you know.
Yeah, it was more of
This is going to be ugly, bloody, and I've already seen ugly and bloody, so someone's going to have to go out first, and I'm okay if it's me.
Yeah.
She knew that. She was just like, with everything else that's going on, she's just like, you know, seeing her husband's fucking bastard kid showing up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you always forget. Like, and it's wild when they try to build up all these armies and they're getting all the territories and armies when they know, like, basically you need a dragon.
Yeah.
And the way that they were just coming down and just laying waste to all the soldiers. It's like, why even bother? Like, you should just, crazy stuff. But, like, I think the king is still alive. I think they're really,
think so?
They're kind of hinting at it. Not dead yet. I mean, I was like, he's got to be dead. But then his brother went to the wreckage, went to pull out his sword, and Cole was like, don't,
Right.
I think he's pretty much fucked up, but
Yeah.
he might, I don't know how he lived.
Aegon the Broken.
Yeah, Aegon the Crispy. But yeah, it's,
I know you can read the books and just find all this out. Those are books. I read the original books.
Yeah.
All the Game of Thrones books. I didn't read this. Apparently this is like a collection of like tales told as rumors and stories from around the kingdom and the castle.
Yep.
But they're taking it and telling it in one long story.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's one of my favorites to watch.
Yeah.
Out of the four, I'd have to say, we have Acolyte, The Boys, House of the Dragon, and those are the three. Right now.
Right now.
I mean, House of D.
There's nothing Marvel right now.
No, House of the D is my big one.
Yeah.
That's that, and the Boys is a very, very close
The
second.
HOD.
Yeah.
You down with HOD?
Yeah, you know me. Yeah.
He needs me, he needs me, he needs
Okay.
Yeah, what you doing on there? Yeah, I'm gonna put that song on the playlist since we're gonna hit that part.
You need to put that on the playlist.
From the big rock band, now he just looks like a big fat ham. It's time for grass music.
Tits indeed, everybody. So yeah, not really a ton of stuff on there. I mean, the big one in the room is Eminem dropped his full length album.
It's so good.
It is good.
I think I like it better than you do, based on your reaction when I told you how much I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, Justin. Okay, Justin, sweetheart, Booby, I love you. Don't put every single song that this band has on our playlist.
Oh my God,
We'll
Justin.
get to them. He did send me this thing by this band called Bamberdost. Really good band. He sent me over a link to it. And I told him, I said, if you do go on, everybody, if you go to the, Hey Pal, What's New 2024 playlist, it is collaborative. You can go on there, add songs. If you have a new single, a new track that you dropped and you want us to review it and talk about it, put it on there. Keep it to one song.
I heard a rumor the Schweg's got a new song coming out soon.
Ooh.
I'm gonna keep my sources close to the vest on that one.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin. Yeah. I mean, Eminem is definitely back. He's going back to the roots of it. I mean,
look, my thing was my kids even brought it up and they were talking about one of the songs and some of the stuff he says. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. How everybody's trying to cancel him and who's trying to cancel him. Nobody gave a shit until he started talking about them canceling him. And after listening to the whole album, I was like, well, you got to listen to the whole album because that's part of the theme of the whole album is he's trying to get himself kind of canceled.
Yep.
By just saying everything you're not supposed to say, he's trying to do it and basically going, fuck you, I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah, like there's that one song about Christopher Reeve. He's like, I wrote that in 2004.
Yeah.
You know, he's just like, he's bringing it back.
And they're like, why didn't you release it? It's like, well, because he fucking died.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's really good. I mean, Eminem for me, it's like he puts out these full lengths and he's got like one or two fucking bangers, and then the rest is just kind of like lyrical gymnastics. And I'm like, okay, it's good. You know, nothing. The Houdini song definitely caught my ear, and that was like, ooh, that's good. Like, and every album that he drops,
because there's a lot of heat on. I don't know if heat's the right word, but there's a lot of talk about the song "Temporary." That's the one that he wrote to his daughter about her remembering him when he's dead.
Oh, that's a really good song.
That's a good song.
That's a fucking banger. But yeah, he always has like one or two bangers, you know. So I'm always down with that. So other than that, really, there wasn't that many. Obviously, we talked about Bamber Ghost. It's one of Tolly's takes. It's a band called they have a single out called Tell Me You're Safe. Really good. I don't know how really to describe them. But definitely check them out. They are they're a local band, folk punk power pop brainchild. We found drummer from the Subway Surfing. Yeah, I mean, check them out. I totally put about 17 of their songs on the playlist. Keep it to 2 or 1.
Jesus Christ.
I love you, sweetheart, but come on. Other than that, a lot of just singles from the same stuff, like King 810. I talk about them a lot.
Okay.
They dropped a couple of new songs, Under the Black Rainbow. Really good stuff, really heavy, kind of out there. Kind of like when I talk about Code Orange and stuff, like they're experimenting a lot. Other than that, I saw Cigarettes After Sex. If you're into that band.
Not anymore. Oh.
No, not anymore. For me, Cigarettes Before, During, and After Sex. They have a new album out called X's. How do I describe Cigarettes After Sex? Really good music. It's like Sunday morning, drink your coffee, like very mellow.
All right.
Super mellow. My daughter, actually, Violet, really likes the band. I want to go see them live with her. And the only other thing I saw out there on it, well, I'm going to play this.
Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh? This is whack. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I thought you were dead.
Hey, kids, Mr. Big has a new album out.
What?
Mr. Big. It's called 10. I haven't really listened to it that much. Look, Mr. Big, they're like one of those, like, you got Billy Sheehan on bass. Yeah. You got, God, what is his name? It's kind of like a super group. But they just put and their drummer, Pat Torpy, died recently. Not Jason Becker. Why can't I think of his fucking name? I hate when I do this. Pat Torpy, Eric Mark, Paul Gilbert.
Paul Gilbert, ladies and gentlemen.
Gilby. He's a phenomenal guitar player, and Billy Sheehan is actually an amazing bass player.
Right.
At first, they were very technical, but then they started writing like some catchy pop songs. Everybody remembers, To Be With You. But they have some good jams. I haven't really listened to this new one. This is supposedly their last album, because when Pat died, they're like, oh, we're not going to do this anymore. But, as they say in the great New Jack City, money talks, bullshit runs the marathon.
That's right.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Other than that, do you have anything really that popped up to you that kind of gave you a boner?
No, there's shit that's always on my release list that I'm like, wait, is that new? Like, Ghost had something that came out, like, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And then there was one from, who the fuck was Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, The Cure
Me
actually,
First and the Gimmies.
Yeah, the Cure actually dropped an acoustic version of the Love Cats.
Oh.
I'm like, all right.
Okay, that's nice. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks.
But no.
As they say,
thanks for nuttin'.
Thanks for nuttin'. Yeah, if I look at my new release radar,
that's what I looked at. I got nothing.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's weird is that they did Ice. We talked about Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
They do a cover of Walking on Sunshine with Real Big Fish. Go figure.
Are we gonna get demonetized?
I mean, it's cool.
That's good.
I like it.
I'm gonna add that to mine.
Yeah. What
like
else did they? There was that one and Destruction. Any of you German thrash metal people, they came out with a cover of Fast as a Shark.
Oh.
Destruction doing an Accept cover. Okay. Great. I love Destruction. I love Accept. Kind of your chocolates and my peanut butter bullshit.
Talking about chocolate and your peanut butter, dude.
Yeah.
Today, I was watching TV and I was just like, I felt like, oh God. And I jumped up, went to go run to the bathroom. Dude, I didn't make it. I shit my pants.
Awesome.